How's it going, trainers? Coming at you with a Wormadam deck highlight today. This archetype has actually posted a number of results in our community tournaments so far, and I think it's incredibly competitive and sweet. Wormadam is exactly the type of card that I love playing competitively because it's got good, solid rates, 110 HP and 50 guaranteed damage for 2 energy, but it also lets you just incredibly high roll your opponents on occasion, letting you steal games that you have absolutely no business winning. You're going to see in these highlights today games where Wormadam does both of those things, cracks for 50 consistently and gets us across the finish line, but also it's going to jump up and crack for 2 and even 300 plus points of damage, absolutely savaging our opponents. The rest of this deck is a really solid core. Skarmory is phenomenal right now against things like Manaphy and Executor and other 50 HP basics that are running around. We've got a single copy of Registeel as our 5th basic / extra finisher. I absolutely love playing these fully single knockout point decks because it makes your opponent grind through 3 Pokemon every single game to get the win. If you enjoy what you see, be sure to smash that button, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss daily uploads here. Lots of fantastic decks and other breakdowns every day for Pokemon Pocket. For the rest of the day, enjoy. How is Snaps free to play? Snaps Academy is weird. Doof Gaming. Yeah, there's been some pains around their economy, and they're supposed to be rolling out an economic update here soonish. TM. I'd also like to set the tone that I intend to ban / timeout / quench any economy complaining when we get to the snap side. A significant portion of why I decided to take a snap break was because not even the gameplay related, but because the community around it was becoming pretty insufferable with their complaints, so we're gonna have a pretty hard and fast, let's make sure this is not a thing. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in sub-only mode for sure. Is cape helpful? I don't think so. Means we'll put a hat on. Play a Giovanni. All right, Wormadam, do your thing. The Giovanni here with the 2 heads means they get KO'd on the crackback, which is nice. Sabrina here is potentially game winning. Is it? No, we're fine, right? That's not the copy of Leaf I wanted for Christmas, but do I just pull this out? I think I just pull this out still. I would just take my guaranteed knockout here. This gets us our first point. They still only have 1, and we're a full 1 knockout point deck here. Saving its heads for when we need them. It knew it had the Giovanni there, so we flipped tails to store up our cumulative variance. 1 in 10 to find a Cyrus off the top here. And then we only need a single heads here to clean out the Bibarel. And Pokeball's actually decent too, because it means if we brick on the heads, the Skarmory is here and ready to finish. Bidoof into Weavile is interesting. Almost every card dies to Scratchy Nails after its HP gets halved. Yeah, the 2 energy retreat cost is just a lot. And it's like 3 energy total to set that up. So thanks to our hat here, even if they pivot to this and clear it, the hat's gonna hit them for 20 and then Skarmory still finishes. Although I guess we only have 1 knockout point. I think the opponent's cooked here at this point. Oh, you know what? We died to Cyrus, yeah? Is the problem? Put a hand on Registeel. Hand on Registeel does it. Oh! Oh, the hand on Registeel means we tie. I was gonna say Cape on Registeel doesn't let it live, but it lets us tie the game. Okay. So they need a potion and a Cyrus now. I mean, a draw is better than a loss for them. So if they have the Cyrus, they're gonna take the draw. That double heads on our they don't have it. Sweet. We're like still winning plenty of games with this deck, but we would win so much more if we just had first energy advantage in some of these. Holy, it's so much harder without it. For Broomy. Burmy. Kind of weird that they put the energy on this. Oh, I guess next turn they just put the energy on here anyways. That seems fine. I think this is a game where we're just gonna be far enough behind that I need to... Oh, you know what? I messed up. I should have put the helmet on this. I should have put the helmet on this, so this went to 120, and then I'd only need 2 heads here with the Geo. I was thinking I wanted to put the head on this, but I absolutely should have put it here, so this had a chance to kill this without taking damage. Okay. I'm not going to double down on my mistake. I'm going to put the helmet out here. And then we'll Geo, so that way we only need 2 heads to scare this off. But I'd be if we hit 2 heads here, we should have cleared this. That's fine. We'll just do... This is why this card's really good. Because it's average case scenario, pretty solid. It's high roll case scenario, absolutely absurd. Get to just, like, dunk people in steel games you have no business being in. Who needs a Celebi? I mean, it's not even inconsistent Celebi, right? Like, you're always doing at least 50 for 2, which is really solid on a stage 1 non-EX Pokemon. Key, thank you for that brand new Prime support. I appreciate it. For reference, for people who haven't seen it, this deck's put up a number of results in the community tournament. It's very solid. Hoping to draw another Burmy here. That's fine. We'll just kill the Darkrai with the Iron Head, yeah? Rats. That being said, they have to go to 40 to hit me here. And I have a cape to make sure this Registeel lives, and I have a Cyrus. So I think they're still cooked here, yeah? If I'd have had my other Skarmory, they would have just straight up not been able to attack this turn. But I think even without it, they're going down. Violet Journey, thank you for the 69-month resubscription. It's a long time. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. So they would need Cape Double Potion here. To not be dead to the Cyrus. And I'm playing my Cape out here to make sure that they can't Giovanni to clear me, because sometimes these Weavile builds of Darkrai play Giovanni to be extra aggressive. Darkrai, please come to the front of the class, Schemer. Good night. Oh, baby. We haven't played a ton of Skarmory. This is my first time getting to play Skarmory into a turn 1 mana fee. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Cool. Nice mana fee, deck gamer. Good night. Second basic's a little sad here. Nice. Ask and you shall receive. We'll put the Rocky helmet on here. So that way if they hit us with the Mumble, we get to clear them on the backswing. And my question will be, do they have room for Giovanni in their deck? Because without Geo, Mismagius doesn't clear Skarmory in one. Interesting. Okay, so no threat of Mismagius at all then. At least not this turn. They're just giving us a point here. Sounds great for me. I'm going to hold this other Skarmory in hand, because if we brick Wormadam, we're going to want to go fishing for it. Oh, they could genome hacking my Metal Arms. Sneaky pokey tool. I'm gonna communication now, because if I hit Registeel instead of Wormadam, I want to be able to start putting energy on it. So two Wormdan and two research in my deck, so about 1 and 3 to find them here. It would stop our Cyrus from running down this Mew, and we could be in a little bit of trouble. No Haunter this turn is great for us, though. Mew is notably super awkward against Burmy here, right? They can only hit us for 20, and we can put a helmet on it. Like 1 hat on my Pine Codes. Well, unless they have something like Budding Expeditioner here, we should be good to go. There. Let's play from our opponents looking a little ghastly. I don't know why I thought it did 120. That was, you're thinking of Heatran. It's the one that does 120. We're playing Registeel because you can leaf it out of the active spot, so you don't just auto-lose the games where you start it. But it's fine on the ladder where you're not going to play against that. I forget what I paired it with. I had a Honchkrow something highlight. Was it Honchkrow Arbok, maybe? That was fine. I'm going to tell you it's good, but it was fine. My preferred Garchomp deck. So we played Garchomp Fighting this morning. It's going to be tomorrow's highlight, and that was okay. But I genuinely don't know if I prefer that or what's it called more? The other one. I think this is let Skarmory take Nightmare Aura hits and then leaf into Wormadam and get attacking with this. This card can be really frisky when it wants to get going. Can do a lot of damages. So we'll do this. We'll do this. Pass the turn. I think I'm going to put a cape on the Wormadam as well, so that way we don't randomly get cheesed by Giovanni here. In the event that we don't OTK this. See, chat, you just gotta believe. You gotta know that what you're showing up to do and execute accordingly. Much like we just executed that Darkrai. Got me. And with our Giovanni here, we only need a single heads to end the game, yeah? That'll do, pig. That'll do. Man, Wormadam is out for blood. They're like, Jeff, I know you've been playing bad decks today. I'm going to show you how I lift with my legs. We have first energy advantage. That never happens, gamers. You'll note that when I have a Pokemon that I really want to lead on, like Skarmory, I will decline playing out my secondary basic because there are way more copies of Sabrina than there are red cards and Mars in this metagame. So if I play this Registeel out and they Sabrina me, I'm infinitely behind. Looking for a helmet. I'm gonna put the cape on so we can just start marking damage, but obviously would have preferred Rocky Helmet, so we could have gone 50U, 50U, and then the Sparking Gadget would have cleared them on the back crack. Alright, cool. And the potion means it largely didn't matter. The fact that we didn't draw Wormadam or a tool here is really unfortunate. Hey, Bobby, thanks for the 10 months of Prime. Appreciate that. Now we need Wormy Boy with the heads. Should hold cards, so maybe they'll red card us. Red card would have been nice here. All right. That'll do, pig. Worm is out for blood today, gamers. Holy. Nice gimmick deck. Yeah, it's truly wild that we've played against more 18 trainer Pachirisu than we have the stock good Executor Celebi deck. There's that Sabrina we played around on the first turn. Do I just start powering up Registeel? I think I do, yeah? We leaf this out. And then, in the event that I don't high roll them, they'll hit me, I'll go second energy, I'll hit them, they'll hit me, and then Registeel will be ready to go. Sorry, I was talking like they were gonna get another turn, and our Wormadam is just like absolutely cracked beyond belief. Just like, can't stop, won't stop. I have a regular office chair next to me as well, Ball and Squirrel, that I typically use if I'm sitting for not pedaling. So I'm someone who likes to sit cross-legged while I work, and it's hard to do that in the bike chair. I kind of want to draw 2 basic Pokemon here, so I'm going to hold the Pokeball to make it more likely to draw a basic next turn, and then Pokeball into a second. I'm even more excited to get to announce our prizing. We've got some sweet support. Ooh, is this a Garchomp gamer? They must be, yeah. Kangaskhan's a fine lead for when you're a Chomp gamer. Nice. Okay, so we do this. This is exactly what I wanted and what I was playing to, right? We got both of the basics I'm looking for. And I even have Leaf to pull the Registeel out here. So it took that first hit for us, and now we get to pivot to Skarmory and crack them. Being able to leaf this out is a pretty big advantage over Heatran that some of these Steel decks play as their 5th basic / heavy hitter. If they don't have a Cyrus or a Sabrina, we're in a pretty solid spot. We get to finish this, and then Energy plus Wormadam here, and then start building up Registeel as well. Thoughts on pairing Infernape and Magnezone in the same deck? It's just so hard to play 2 stage 2s. It's like the TLDR. They're leafing this out. Interesting. Did I just take the knockout with Cyrus? I think I just take the knockout with Cyrus, yeah. Have any other supporters to use this turn? And then next turn, we could pivot to Wormadam and try and high roll the Druddigon. Although I don't know if that's worthwhile or not. I've liked this deck a lot, Sucks. This is the type of card I love registering in a tournament, because it's like a solid on-rate card that also just like randomly cheeses you games. I think that's kind of everything you want to be doing in competitive stuff. Like this card's like solid when it low rolls, and like when it high rolls, you're just like winning on the spot. Yeah, this core has spiked a couple of tournament finishes. I don't remember if it was this week or last week, but one of the weeks it had a few. This having taken a hit already is unfortunate, but that's what it is. It would be nice if they needed Cynthia to kill both of these. It's just this. They need a Leaf or an X speed, and they've already played a Leaf to be able to retreat this next turn. Of course, Garchomp's letting them churn through their deck. They're only going to have 3 cards left. Good chance they're on 2 Leafs. If we Giovanni and hit 1 heads on Wormadam, it's 90, and then Skarmory finishes the Garchomp with the Rocky Helmet. That was a noteworthy breakpoint, 90 plus 50. If they can't kill the Skarmory this turn, next turn I go second energy hit, they go up and clear, I put this up and put second energy here, and then this is ready to go. That's interesting. That means they can retreat and not take a knockout point here, but I'm not really sure that that matters, yeah? They're not building. The fact that they haven't found their second Gibble yet is a big deal for us. Of course, it's gonna have to be their like literal bottom card here, so they get to churn again. And I am noteworthy. I burned my only Cyrus early here. That's fine. Wormadam has our backs. Just gonna high roll him again, yeah. Here's the shear. Oh, they binned their second Chomp. Interesting. So they're going to finish on Kangaskhan as their only other attacker? I'm going to put a head on here. I'm gonna Giovanni. Oh no! Now, the good news is they need Potion plus Cape plus Cynthia to like get through this Wormadam and not die to the Registeel. And they're probably planning on the Gabite being able to finish the Registeel, but we have Cape, so that's not an option for them. Cape and Helmet are such good cards. It's really one of the biggest upsides to playing Skarmory, is that playing Skarmory forces you to play other good cards like Cape and Rocky Helmet. You're like, well, gotta play all these other good cards to make my one that's great better. Woe is me. Do they have a Cape? We know they have a Gabite. Do they have a way to live this Metal Claw? Those games where the opponents casually use 2.5 times as much timer as I have. Second Leaf makes a lot of sense. It's their last card then. Already through 2 communications. Is that like another Kangaskhan? There's our last point. Close game. First energy advantage. Find a Wormadam, be in a good spot. Got any fun Togekiss decks? Yeah, there's a couple of ways to build that. If you check the highlights channel, Adrian, there's a couple of builds up there. It's a scary start for them. Thankfully, we have first energy advantage. We unfortunately did not have our Skarmory. Would have been able to completely ruin their day. We don't have our Leaf to shuffle them out. If we brick on the Worm, we probably shuffle to the Skarmory to get to clear the Manaphy right away. Making sure they only get 1 activation on that's pretty important. Every turn they get to Oceanic Gift, they get really far ahead. There's a Wormy. Do I put a Rocky Helmet on, or do I save a Cape? I think I wait, because I think they're likely to go into Articuno here. So they can go 40-80, and then Cape stops their 40-80 from being a clear without a Giovanni. Oh, wow. It's a little punishing, but not the end of the world. And I'm just gonna pump as much damage as possible here, I think. I put the Cape on here as well, just to play around with Sabrina. Big ol' swing, and then Cyrus plus Skarmory should just mean we're done here. Man, I wish I played this deck sooner. I'm super into it. It's just everything I want to be doing. Alright, I got 3 heads on my Wormadam. You could have 2 heads on a Misty. That seems fair. Decided to lose the game. Interesting. Bold strategy, Cotton. I mean, they were dead to our Cyrus either way, but choosing to leave themselves dead on board is certainly a choice.